Good afternoon and welcome to the third episode in this Rohan dedicated series. Some of you may have caught me now that there's an actual Rohan channel, and I'm afraid it's true, there is. This is it. Probably hatching up plans to rape me virtually, but virtual rape is something I'm okay with. You know, I can deal with that. That's fine. But I would ask if you guys could refrain from physical rape because well, it's not a very nice thing, physical rape, and I do try to keep my backside in pretty pristine condition, so physical rape would undermine the last couple of years of effort. Today we have a mix of pros and Joes, mostly regulars I think, but some of them are not regulars but play the game regularly, but not necessarily Rohan regulars, but very good at the map nonetheless. So I will slow it down and go right ahead and introduce the players. So up for Team 1 we have Nata. He is in the top spot. He has chosen Seraphim. He's opening first land in Pussy Boy Pink. Below him we have Trekkie, chosen Cybran, opening first land. Then supporting him in the middle we have Pop. He has chosen Aeon, opening first land, and he is in Blue Balls Blue. I'm sure all of you are aware what blue balls are because the kind of guys that play this game are very sexually active people and they would know about blue balls. Then last for Team 1 we have Hioma in Jizz White, opening first land, and he has chosen UEF. Okay, so over for Team 2 is Baduka. He has chosen Aeon, opening first air in Scousebird Orange. If you don't know what a Scousebird is, then make yourself on down to Liverpool where you will know what I mean. Lots of Scouse birds there who like to put very orange fake tan on. Then in the middle we have Testalog, quite like that name, rolls off the tongue well. He is chosen to go Aeon as well, and in Piss Yellow, opening first land. Then supporting him for Team 2 in the middle is Silius. He has chosen to go UEF again, opening first land in Used Tampon Red. And last but not least, I have to say, because it's Penamu and he is a fantastic player. He's not a Gap regular, but he does know how to play this map very well and exploit the kind of Gap players very well. So that's the players introduced. We're going to speed it up a little bit because these commanders need to run on down to the gathering where some of them are hoping to get some action tonight or today or whatever time it is in Rohan land. Just zooming out to see if we can spot any early bombers, and we do spot one here from Baduka. Not too sure where he's headed. He's going to try and pick out some of the engineers of Trekkie. Meanwhile, the commanders approach each other and begin the ritual. Is there any matches today? I'm not too sure. It's very rare to actually pull. And we do get a lot of flirting, and I'm just trying to make sure that nobody's making any out of order dick shots, but I didn't see any. Actually, we did have a bit of a dick shot there. That was for the dick, but his thigh got in the way. Oh, that was a dick shot. Oh, a second dick shot. Third dick shot. Sorry, but I really don't appreciate seeing that alarming amount of dick shots there. Some nice bomber action from Penamu. Again, managing to use his bombers very effectively. Baduka, meanwhile, also causing huge problems for Hyoma here. There's some and Hyoma is left with 4 engineers, whereas the unimpeded Nata has several more. Heaven has made his Mantis cause some problems as well as these bombers, and he's just so good at microing the bombers. You have to get rid of him very quickly, and he's also got this drop on the way. Not sure what he's filled out with light. He's got some little labs in there or something. It's actually just engineers, sorry. He works away at trying to reclaim, doesn't quite get pulled off, but if that had worked, that might have been extremely annoying for Pop as well, which would have meant that Heaven has successfully, even without those engineers, he's successfully slowed down half of Team 1. Continues to really piss Pop off here. And it goes down in the end. Meanwhile, a second NG drop on its way. You can now see it moving in, and these NTs will try and deal with it. I think they will do. So Heaven not going to let people just sit in their bases. These Tech 1 power generators have been gifted over to Heaven. He must be requiring lots of energy, and he's building up a few land factories here, so he might be thinking of dropping further. And the T2 upgrade, I'm just going to assume it's T2, is begun from Chucky. And same with Hyoma. He's getting probably his Tech 2 suite as well. We have this TAC missile launch being produced from Silliest, and that's going to cause some problems. They need to spot this, and yes, they have spotted it already, so they should be able to counter that now. Hyoma spots this T2 transport and tries to, along with Nata, try to deal with it. So the transport manages to get away, and this first attack from Silliest has been launched. It will make its way and reach this Cormex. The second one goes out. He needs to respond quickly with a TMD. Not too sure why he hasn't. A second transport is constructed for Heaven. So alarm bells ringing for drops. And he has now turned his attack for Hyoma. He also needs to get his TMDs online. Only looked after the air on this side from Hyoma, who's really trying hard to pick off these transports. And we do have T2 here for Nata. He is building a gunship. There's another T2 here. I just want to have a check at what they are building. He's actually... looks like he's getting just an engineer. Line of Mantis from heaven here, and this bomber transport. Can it make it? I think it's been spotted. Just about doesn't manage to make it. These Mantis do all the way over and they are stuck there, which has slowed them down. Heaven now tries to drop this other transport in this top side of the base, so it's doing a lot of things right now. These gunships were a good choice from Nata. And now this transport is going to be successful, and they're going to cause a little bit of a problem, I think, for Nata. Hyoma manages to deal with his side, and Pop brings his units back. There's a further drop here from Heaven. That one is going to make it as well, but there's quite a lot of units coming in there. But he is also causing problems here as well. Can he take an actual T2 Maxi out? I don't think he will be able to. He does take aim before the T1 Maxi, and these will not survive. There has been a gifting of these T1 power generators. Not sure if I've already said that, but just taking note of that. Corsair out from Chucky. So this last transport may or may not come to much effect. It is hidden. Hyoma thinking about the counter push here. He's actually going to send some Corsairs in to try and give Heaven a taste of his own medicine. And those bombers just completely miss. minute 13 now, and I want to see some experimentals fairly soon. We have a tack now, which is a pretty good choice because Penamu doesn't have any TMD quite yet. Wait a minute. What just happened then? Ah, very nice. Very nice from heaven there. He's quickly building up a shield, which is enough to defend against these attacks. You can see it just coming in there on the left. Unfortunately, that shield was not placed perfectly. But that's what's going on there. And meanwhile, these bombers come in to actually go for Heaven here. I'll slow this down. Meanwhile, Heaven has a bunch of Mantis up the north. Heaven is practically dodging these Corsairs, and Nata tries to bring down as many as he can. There's further Corsairs on the way, and Heaven is trying to get a line of anti-air and the shield up in time, swirling around these Corsairs. The area of effect is too great to dodge all of them. More Corsairs coming in, and the shield finally goes up, but it does get taken down pretty quickly. Lot of flak being produced now, which is exactly what he needs. And the shield blinks back on again. Those last 3 bombers all make a connection with Heaven, and Heaven looks like he just about survives that, but there's a T3 bomber on the way, and more Corsairs. He's not quite out of it yet. And these ASFs might be crucial to saving him here. For some reason these Corsairs get bugged along the way, or slight misclick. So now, yep, it's not going to work now. And Heaven's units up here distracting Nata. Silius building the Ravagers here, which is, can't argue with it really because it's very effective at scaring off the T4s. The Monkey Lord is on its way. Let's see any experimentals from T2 yet. So don't think they have picked up on it quite yet. So we approach the 20-minute mark, and Silius is just about in the lead on the leaderboard. That's not an indication of much, but you do sort of have to worry about it. Corsairs get pinged Paducah not with much defense, and neither Penemo, but he can react very quickly anyway. The Monkey Lord now has finally been completed. I suspect he has decided to keep it on the defensive. Actually, no, I think what he's done is he's decided to go over the hill, which he has done. Could be pretty troubling. I'm not too sure if they're even seen at the experimental at all. No, just a bunch of spewy language. I think they have seen the monkey. Speed it up a little bit again. Corsairs now actually tried to snipe the silliest. They don't do too much damage to him, relatively speaking. Still got 13,500 hit points. These Corsairs surely going to deal with. These fighters are surely going to deal with Corsair. He's building up, spamming out some shields. He's going to be fine. But it's very, very good thing to do is to just spot your enemies just vulnerable for a minute and just try and sneak it in there, because it's impossible for you to think about everything all at once. But he did see it and reacted to it very well, although there was probably never enough Corsairs anyway. Maybe if he had asked for the Corsairs from Trekkie there, then they could have been enough just about to deal with him. So eventually this Monkey Lord is going to make its way over, and surely they have seen it now. Yeah, they have. And it makes its way on down now. To not too sure what upgrade he's getting there. Some mercy's being produced from Paducah because he's recognising that there's a serious problem down on the south side now. This Monkey Lord is going to pummel through all these Mexies of heaven. You can say bye-bye to those Mexies. And they've also got a lot of their air in to prevent any of these mercies from doing much. Paducah doesn't have them outnumbered. Monkey Lord is making its way on over very threateningly, and Penemo has the laser upgrade, and this Monkey Lord approaches. Doesn't look too good for him. If he maybe got a couple of overcharges, he might have been okay there. Very bold move from Penamu there. That's pretty unfortunate that that didn't pan out as planned, because he took a lot of the health off, added in with a couple of overcharges, and he might have been okay there. And that would have been a big mass gift for him. Meanwhile, this monkey is making its way over to Silist's base. Jesus, Monkey Lord now is catching fire from the Fat Boy, which I'm sorry I haven't picked up on, but I had to follow the monkey. And he gets a rank of veterancy there. This GC is not going to be completed in time. It's pretty annoying. You really just want to get rid of it, because this extra damage is doing a lot. And it's going to go down. And we do have a nuke that has just been completed. We have a second nuke completed from Hyoma. Now we also have a nuke completed from Paducah. Just take a look at his anti-nuke, if he even has one. No, he doesn't, so he needs to get his anti out quick. And in the middle here, Silist has his loaded already. They're going to be fine for the first nuke, but there is two on their field. There's a lot of Corsairs now finally produced from Trekkie, but I'm not sure if he's going to use them. Paducah is the only air player left in this match, and they are relying heavily on him to look after the air. Some gateway. Everybody focusing on the nukes and the antis right now. This anti is a bit late from Hyoma. This might be a close one for him. But do Team 1 know that it's just been finished? I'm not too sure. The Corsairs get gifted over to Pop, who's probably going to bring them out down to the south end here and try and deal with these experimentals. Taking them out would be pretty good for Team 1, even though they are in a good spot already. Trying to get a reclaim going on this south end, but these 28 Corsairs from Pop do a lot of damage to that GC, and that's pretty painful for the GC. These SAMs are quickly made from Sirius, and that could be pretty important in this GC surviving here. Nicely done there from Silius. They've turned their attack towards the SAMs, and he's also shielded it from the Fat Boy. So very nicely done there from Silius. This nuke now has almost been finished. What about the nuke from Hyoma? Yeah. He has one finished, and I'm not too sure if he's sent it away already. No. Expecting to hear the sound of a nuke go off, but I'm not hearing it. The nuke goes off for Chucky though. Unfortunately, he doesn't manage to... Oh, but he sent it over and didn't think about this anti here from Patron, who fortunately prevented that nuke there, and that nuke could have actually made its way over to Paducah if he had got the line right. Meanwhile, this nuke makes its way in, and yeah, that nuke has been loaded, so neither of the nukes work, but there is a nuke still in Hioma's launcher, so I mean, I think he understands that they will still have an extra anti-loaded. And now, I'm assuming, yes, Patron Paducah has now. Pop is spamming out some GCs here. He does have a lot of mass. He's going to be pretty aggressive here, I suspect. He's spamming out T3 engineers to support. And Snook now halfway. There is a lot of assistance now on Testalog's artillery from all of the players. That's exactly what they need to be doing, is to put Team 1 in the back seat, but they're looking okay. And the Corsairs now look like they're going to attempt to take out this anti-nuke. The fighters from Paducah come in. Can they take out enough of them? That's a lot taken out before the bombs were dropped. And that is very unfortunate. But these last bombers running in. Oh god, no, there's just not enough. So Paducah is pretty much safe to date there. And I'm not too sure what's going on there, but it looks like a nuke or something that from Hioma to take this stuff out, or a Billy or something. This nuke now has been completed, and this nuke is almost loaded again. Does fire for Paducah. Does he have an anti? He does. He's going to be alright. Is it over the line of this? No, it's not loaded yet, but that will be very soon. And unfortunately that doesn't work out as planned. They are using up all of the clips, the antis in the clip. And these arties firing down do manage to take out Trekkie's nuke there. Penamu just asking for the second nuke to be built, which I think is a very wise idea indeed. Now, a little bit of pressure relieved with taking that nuke out for the frantic work of getting relentless work of getting this these antis up. And well, they need to be taking out this artillery here. The pings go off for it. They changed their direction for it. Truckee is trying to get a shield up quickly. He senses the artillery could change their course, but they are sticking with, looks like, Pop's core base, perhaps his anti-nuke. Team 2 are desperately trying to hang into this game, and they're doing a pretty good job of it. The result is hanging in the balance. I just can't put my money on it quite yet. So they're thinking about perhaps a tally snipe. They can't see it working. And another nuke from Hyomo goes off. But the anti has been produced in time, and this artillery here, shields are blinking off and on. They are trying to go for it. They need to take it out because there's another artillery from Nata up, and I'm not too sure who he's decided to go for. Perhaps this nuke, but it looks like they aren't using the artilleries together because they should be firing at this nuke. The second one is on the way. They do desperately need to get that artillery up. Truckee's managed to keep it safe. These bombers here from Paducah, not too sure where he's thinking of dropping their bombs, but and they have been gifted a little bit of time here to get this second artillery up, which could be crucial. Truckee's still doing a good job of holding onto his shield there. But the large number of kennels do get taken out, so a bit of capacity for building taken out there. Now, these bombers are getting trigger happy, but they just can't quite put their finger on what they're going to do. Okay, so they're going for the artillery here. And not going to be able to drop too many bombs, that's not going to be enough. Maybe they did change course for the anti there. And now two artilleries are firing on Paducah, but I suggest that the Team 1 should be firing at this area here, because once this is online, this could be a comeback for Team 2. Paducah is still dealing with all that. It's going to hurt. Team 2 are relying on him for the air this game. So a good job here to keep that artillery alive. They have decided to change their target for what looks like this Arty here. And Viduka still managing to keep his nuke alive with these T3 engineers supporting the shield. And the second artillery is outland being spotted. So now they sense danger. Team 1 do. This could be a good comeback from Team 2. And they have managed to take out the SMD. There is another one built, but it's not loaded. The nuke does get launched from Viduka. And he has fired it towards this section here where it's going to take out the artillery of Trekkie. And so Trekkie needs to get out of the way. Is he going to catch him? Is he just out of range? No, he's just out of range. This is kind of perhaps unfortunate. Now these bombers come in and they have got no chance of making it over to this artillery. That sounds like, or looks like, a last-ditch attempt from Team 1. Desperate, but hang on there. We got these 5 GCs from Pop. And could these GCs make something of this game for Team 1? Look like these 2 artilleries look like they could be too strong to go up against. They really need to be focusing the fire on 1 GC at a time. This fat boy here isn't producing enough damage. He needs to build as many PDs as he can. Ah, God. These GCs could have been taken out. A few of them could have been taken out by now. There's still 5 online. These GCs causing havoc for Team 1. If they can just make their way over to the artillery here. This GC needs to come in and help out. Now they've caught the SMD. GC does make its way in. I hope he goes for this GC. Oh God. This is just painful for Team 2. These artilleries are desperately trying to do as much damage as possible. But there's incoming GCs. Come on, Team 1. Team 2, come on. Oh, God. Heaven demanding for the OC, and Silliest here trying to get into the shield. He's got the shield upgrade on his commander, but that's 3 GCs now. Bomber misses. It's not going to help anyway. Silliest is last rank of veterancy is not going to help him. And God, such a shame for Team 2. He's being taken out of the game. And Testalog just freezes because he just doesn't know what to do. They were forcing back the pressure onto Team 1 with these artilleries. And the ping goes off for Testalog. SGC is still alive. They should all be dead if they had been microed against properly. Testalog goes out, so that's going to be GG. This last GC will deal with Pop's 5th GC, but it's not going to change the fate of this game. So I feel really bad for Team 2 because they did have a good chance of winning that game. That spam from Pop, GC spam, was a crucial decision in this game. Well, good work, Team 1. That was a fantastic effort to just about turn the game back in your favour with Pop's brilliant use of GCs. So that wraps it up for today. Thanks for watching, and I will have a new episode pretty soon.